Hello there. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Sharon Review. Oh my goodness, what a day we had, eh? It's been a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in SkitLanta. All I can say, we are skitting, 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 skitting. All right, so with that being said, I was relaxing here a little, trying to catch up on what we are seeing on the screen here. All the skits. So we're going to be reviewing the Kountry Wayne skit, everyone. So welcome in. And it's been a very, very interesting day. They give us comedy. It's a lot of comedy and some really life lessons that if you're telling the truth, don't tell part truth, just tell the whole truth. So help you God. Yep. And that is what it is. So that's the life lesson. All right, my lovelies. Okay. Hi, dear goddess. How are you doing? How are your Thursday going? So, what I should ask you guys here is let's pull this. Let's see if it can fit. What do you. Oh, I'm here writing on nothing. Okay, let's pull that. What do you think will happen when Amber find out about the deal with Evelyn and Dave? Oh, that is not a yes or no question there. That would be a Q&A. All right, so I'm asking you guys, that's not a polling question. Hi dear Passion, how are you doing? Welcome in. Okay, so what do you guys think will happen? What do you think will happen when Amber finds out about the deal that is from his ex? Because she's still working with her ex, right? So Passion says, poor Dave, he got caught up asking Amber to do what he failed to do. I don't think her response will be is like his. All right, thank you, darling. And then Suzette says, nothing will happen. She already walking in eggshell right now. Exactly, Suzette. And then Goddess Ear says, I Sharon, mods on chat. I hit the I chat. Please hit the like button. Thanks. All right. Awesome, dear my lovelies. So Rhonda says, I say nothing because she's still working with Wayne, but he didn't tell her that will be the conversation. All right, that's a good one also. I'll take that. All right, my beautiful people. It's been really been a very interesting day in SkitLanta. That's all I can tell you guys. Shardy and Piari as a very enlightening day. A sisterhood, I should say. And then there was Bethany and Larry. I thought they said she was getting a divorce paper today, so I guess there's no this divorce paper for her. And right now, she's asking, hi dear Sabrina, she's asking her hubby to let them go on a vacation in this new body, in everything. The woman just have surgery and she needs them to be rumbling, and he says he'll think about it, but he doesn't know if what's her name? Brooke will go to school, right? Yes. He doesn't know if Brooke. So they have to try figure out all of that. And she said, oh please, I just want us to go away and do some rumble together. Yes. He said he'll think on it. She said she just wants to get away from his ex, just the two of them. What do you think Larry will do? Will Larry go on this vacation? Yes, that's what we should do. We will poll this question. Will Larry take Bethany on that vacation? Will Larry take Bethany on that vacation? Vacation. Yes, 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 yes. I was just smiling in my boots and I say, I guess they won't be getting a divorce afterward. I guess they're going to work on that marriage. Oh, they just like to mess with us. And then there is Uli or Yuli or whatever her name is. Ulala. She walks sideways. Charmaine was telling me she walks sideways. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. So that is fine there. So Ula, yeah, Ulili or Ulala, whatever she wants today. Yes, Sabrina came in my outside. You know, we are short. I need some water. Belinda, ready for her. I know, way, Sabrina. And then Passion said, damn thought she can handle Nina. She had to come to her senses after Nina set her straight. Oh, I didn't get to watch that one. I was going to, but for some reason I didn't get to. Okay. So there was quite a lot of interesting skit drop today. So the day is skitting, I can't even keep up. And short, okay, let's see. Let me come back up here. Hi everyone, hi Sabrina, welcome in. Suzette says, I don't think it's about working with an ex. She should be concerned that Dave will find out she cheated with Wayne while engaged. That is something Dave would have a huge issue with. Yes. Well said, dear. Well said, dear, my lovely. Suzette, Jane. Well said, well said. All right. And Alani says, good evening to you too, Sabrina. Said, Natasha and Ulali, you know, they tell me, because I'm here looking for this neck business where they talk about, you know, neck wall and stuff like that. And I am really surprised that I did not see that. And Charmaine said, Sharon, go back at the beginning. Anyway, you think that woman could have come up in you guys' house? Would you guys allow Ulili or Ulala, Yula, mash up, come in your house and walk sideways, carry yourself sideways, yeah, scuddy, you know, sideways? Would you guys put up with that nonsense? Would you guys do that? Oh my goodness, guys. Ula was silly. She is crazy. So Charmaine says she have the what's her name? She remind her of Dawn. She was laughing like crazy when she says that. Dawn and who else? Libby. Yeah, we just add Terry. I'm just gonna add Terry and Genesis to the mix. So can you believe it? Oh boy! So if you want a good laugh, watch the Natasha and Ula, Ulili skit. All right, for a good laugh. Okay, that one was a good one, really and truly. That was really interesting to see. And then now, Sade must be bored to be out with Ferrari. This is crazy. And they're talking about fitness and treadmill and weightlifting for ladies. And Pierre says, I don't want to look like a man. So Sade is teaching her, says, I lift weight and I'm still looking feminine. So that is all good. I love to see the sisterhood, right? I know she's saying that she don't want Ron. All right. So Suzette says, Larry gaslighted Bethany. He's no longer attracted to her. All right. I think, Suzette, that marriage is going to be safe. My humble opinion. All right. Thank you, darling, for that assessment. Well said. And then Passion says, what did Passion say? Well, under Passion invite. My screen is a little bit. Did you guys find Ooh La La very hilarious? Whoever watched that skit, please let me know how you guys find that. All right. if that was really entertaining for you guys to see. Okay, so Charm is still at work. She won't leave work until I think 7. At 7, yeah. So we'll see. I'm not sure if we'll get to see her. All right. And then Sabrina says, if Ule came to my house, I would have. Okay, I understand that one. And then Rhonda says, Anthony is stupid if he fall for the BS that Shayla is putting down. She will say anything to get that 20K. This man can't still be the dumbest to Shayla games. I know, Rhonda. I watched that skit, and honestly, I couldn't even remember what happened in that skit. All I can get from that skit is she telling him that she appreciates him being a good father to Kai. And then she went on rambling about at least he's showing interest in his own son and stuff like that. And she appreciates him. And he says, don't gaslight me, Sheila. Don't gaslight me. And if you really mean it. And she says, no, 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 I meant it. You know what I mean? So I'm still a stand firm with Shayla, but Shayla try, come on. So she have so I wonder who tell her say she must show him this. The skit says Shayla is show him a different side of herself. So me I say I wonder if she could put on the maid outfit or she find another outfit, maybe a clown outfit to wear or a snake outfit. What do you guys say? Did Shayla find a new snake outfit to wear? Oh my goodness, my besties. All right, so Passion says, Anthony back to his old self. Noodle spin with Shayla. Anything possible? This is Skitland, but I doubt it. Suzette J says, Yuli wins award of the best performance today. She was cray cray. Yes, Suzette. Well said, darling. Well said. So, ooh la la, we give you your award. You did a fantastic job. So we're going to jump into Libby. Libby went over to Kendrick place to his business, and she's telling him, says she come to apologize and the relationship and blah 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 till she went down to the R word. I was shocked when she said he come on to her. What did Kendrick put himself through, ladies and gents? Please tell me. We're gonna. What did? Do you believe Kendrick? Do you believe Kendrick going to end up losing his license because of Libby? All right, so that one, you guys says no to that one. I don't remember what that one is. Let me just put my Will Bethany. You says no. All right, 76% of you guys said no. Thank you for that. All right, so this is the other poll we are going to do here. Do I need to put do here? Do. I think it have a D right there, so right. And then we just bring it closer. All right, so will Kendrick end up losing his license because of Libby? Right now, since they know that Libby is a little bit cray-cray, nobody is taking a look at the video that she says she have on Kendrick. So I guess no one will believe her. What do you guys say on that? All right. Goddess says, Passion good. Evelyn Randa says, no man coming in my house. Crazy. These kids was off the chain today. Yes, they were definitely off. The woman went berserk. She smashed everything. She was going off. Oh my goodness. Welcome in everyone. Okay, so let me see here what I have here. If I can find my word. So I have this one said here. Let God handle it. It says, release your worries and give it to God. He sees what you can't. He knows what you don't. And he will Work out what's best for you. Trust him, and let him handle it. He got you. So, Amber, I just say this for you. You started to tell the truth, and then you're chicken out. So, this is cheap, you never open your mouth. Do you believe Amber shouldn't have even said anything? Let's let's poll that. Thank you guys for that one. Your guy says yes, he's gonna end up lose his life because of Libby. Poor Kendrick. Well done, guys. Well done. Oh Lord, do you believe Amber should not add said any anything to Dave? All right. So, oh, all right, my lovelies. Okay, hi dear Lee. Welcome in, Lee. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
So, Lee, let me ask you a question.
sure.
Do you believe Amber shouldn't have said anything, or should Amber have said anything today, this morning, if she's not going to tell the whole truth?
If she wasn't telling the whole truth, do I believe she
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have said anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think she shouldn't have said anything if she was still nervous, and because if you notice in the beginning, she was trying to have the courage to even tell everything, but
Mm-hmm.
it was like she was scared to see what he would do or he would say, or if he would leave her. She was thinking that all in her mind. But at the same time, too, it was the wrong timing. Every time Amber tried to explain herself, it's always on wrong terms. It never be the right time. She always hold it until she feels guilty or she feels like she needs to say it to get it over with. But still, it's not gonna change nothing because why? There's more you have to say. You have to say everything. Then your heart will be free. But there's still the house. She never told him about the um her lawyer telling her what to do with the house. She never explained that too. Yeah,
Exactly. Well said, Lee.
yeah, go
Chat
ahead.
family, let's hear. Well said.
But I'm
I
proud of
was
her.
proud.
Yeah,
Lee,
yeah,
I was proud of her for saying something, and I
yeah,
thought she was gonna have the courage to finish, rip the band-aid off altogether, and says, "Look here,
exactly.
I left Wayne bed and went to my wed and marry Anthony." That's all she have to say.
Yeah,
That's all she had to say.
that would be one step out the door with the Wayne situation. Then the house situation would be the next thing to talk about.
Exactly. And she
Then
did
they
not
can,
tell him
yeah,
what the lawyer said, and that's not good.
yeah, it's not.
All right. Thank you for that, Lee. Let's hear. So, Goddess is saying, please hit the like button, chat. Thanks. And then thank you, Goddess. And then Goddess says, I like the Charles Uli and Jacoby skit. It was funny, fun and funny. Yes, it was fun and funny. I didn't watch him when he went over to go complain about Yuli to Natasha, but I did watch the one when Yuli went over and smash up. You know the reason why I watched it? Because they said Natasha all around her neck. So I says, okay, let's see what happened. But
Yeah,
I didn't see that and I was disappointed. So, oh my goodness, they all on to Natasha because they know Natasha would give her a good whooping and I was looking for a good whooping. All right. So thanks, guys. And Rhonda here says Yuli needs to be committed. She needs some help. Definitely. She's off her rockers.
yeah.
Right now, guys, there's a new skit drop, and Don is threatening to expose Kendrick. So Kendrick don't have one person to expose him, but now two-person, Crazy Libby, and now look like Crazy Don.
Hmm. How ironic. Two crazy people.
So true. So true, my darling. So true. So, what are they gonna do with Kendrick? You know, before I used to really admire the character Kendrick,
Hmm.
and it looks like they're destroying that character just like what they did with Dylan. Because no matter what, I can't watch Dylan thing. No matter what, I can't.
Yeah.
Unless Anthony or Amber in there. But Ari's mom. If Mama Regina is in there, I'll watch that skit.
Yeah, me too. Cause she always comes with with something to advise him, but he still don't listen. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Mama
right now,
Regina.
Dawn is threatening to really, 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 really.
Expose Kendrick. Mhm.
Yes. I think Kendrick needs to go commit himself. I guess Kendrick is becoming another Mike because Mike can't say no, so it look like Kendrick become a dog now.
Yeah. And then
Oh my.
the funny thing is nobody's there to rescue him. Every time he's there for Mike, he's there for Ralphie, but where are they when he's in trouble?
I know, but he doesn't talk. At least they
Yeah.
call him when they're in trouble.
Yeah. He needs to call them on show.
Right. Him should says send out a SOS to let people know that he needs help. And he was wrong for taking he was wrong to for taking what you call that? Libby out of the mental institution.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Take her out and she record him. Okay, let's see what the chat is saying. Passion says, no, I truly do not mind mental health. Funny is no form. Funny in no form. Okay, so no, I truly do not find mental health funny in no form. Okay, thank you, Passion, for your observation there. And then Sabrina says, I saw it twice, Sharon. I still couldn't understand how Yuli just come in her house all crazy and messing up her house. They should have called the cops. That's what they should have done, call the cops, Sabrina. That you're absolutely right there. And then Sabrina says here, Shayla still trying to get her claws into Anthony. Yes. So she
Mm.
think if she come back at another angle, Anthony will give her that 20K that she needs for the baby birthday party. Will Anthony fold? Because right now it is down to $2,000. So
Mm.
let's see if Anthony
Let's
gonna
see.
fall for that tricks. What do you think, Lee?
I say let's see as well because we never know what he does because he changes his mind too. Especially if it comes to Kai, he has a soft spot. But and then when it comes to Shayla, he wants to be firm, but at the same time he wants to do it for Kai.
Yeah. And by the way, them really give us some skit here. Now, Lisa called Darren
Mm.
to ask Darren why him buy him baby mother a car.
Wow.
Do you think that right for her to ask him such a question?
I'll say no because I think if they're already almost in a divorce and they're not on good terms, I say she doesn't need to ask that question.
She have a brand new car driving, and
Mm-hmm.
Keisha was driving a much down one, and it's not even, it's just a little, what you call that? It's a Toyota for crying out loud.
Yeah, it's a Toyota.
And I like say it's a top of the line. Oh, maybe it is. It's not like say it's one of those expensive where she have a Rose
Mm-hmm.
and when Keisha have a Toyota. But you know
Mm-hmm.
what I love about that story, Lee?
Mm-hmm.
She is humble.
Yeah,
Keisha is humble. She appreciate that she have. She don't even care that it's not even one of those
fancy
expensive
car.
brand.
Mm-hmm.
She just appreciate that she have a car, a new car, and she wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even looking for anything from him, but he gave her that. So that is really wonderful in my book.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I hope he stays on a good path.
Yeah, me too. I hope so too. I really hope so too, darling. I really hope so. Yeah, all right. So let's go back to the chat. I was gonna do a poll. I don't remember what I was gonna poll. And then Belinda says Shayla needs that 20K. Yes, she does need that 20K. Sabrina says here it's because she doesn't have Iman, so she is going to Anthony. Yeah. Well, she's gonna work, so shouldn't. I wonder when is Wayne? Did I wonder if Wayne start paying the ladies already? And plus, he give her 10,000 a month for the baby. Shouldn't
Mm,
Shayla be satisfied with what she's getting? Or
yeah.
is that so much of a she doesn't know how to budget herself? Is that what they're telling us?
Yeah, because she also said that she spent all the money. I don't know what she spent all money on.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering what she spent the money on. And didn't Iman give her $50,000 to rent a place for a year? So she shouldn't be asking for money to pay her rent.
Hmm.
That yeah, that one was really mind-boggling to me there. Yeah. And Sabrina says, "Yep, he better leave her alone." And then Margot says, "There are white women that have falsely accused black men of essay." Oh yes, that's true. That's true, Margot. But we have it in every nationality actually. But I do get that too. Yeah, in the olden times, and I think even now too. Yep. Yes, you're absolutely right. And then Goddess says, I don't like when Libby says the R word. She went too far with that. Yes, I didn't like that because she's the one instigated it. And if anything, I would say the other thing as she said, Kendrick and them was the dog bit him and he break. I'm trying to take up for Kendrick right now because Kendrick have lost his mind messing
Mm,
with her. I know that she's his client. But she even pushed herself from him. She went into his home. She saw how he opened. She got the code when he was opening the door. She went into his pocket and got his keys. And then she kidnapped the dog. And then now she's gonna turn around and said he essayed her. That is so wrong.
yeah.
Totally wrong. I'm not for that. But I guess the skit is just putting every darn thing in there now. So everybody have something to look at. So are they saying now what do they call that now with Libby? That is not acceptable behavior, but I guess this says them have to teach us says that does happen in real life and people should be aware this happened to you. Just know how to call for help or go to the hospital, go get tested or something. Sabrina said here, I would represent that crazy nut if I was him. I would oh you mean you would not represent her? Exactly. You can't. You just can't. And then Passion says Kendrick has two nuts in his life because of his own bad choices. He is 100% responsible
Mm,
for his situation. But Passion, we can't blame him for her to now call it R when it's not an R. You know what I mean? It was consensual. Yeah, he did not force her. She actually unzip him, remember? And get on her knees. He didn't do anything. Well, he should have just knock her, kick her out of his office. Just says, "Let me out my office," and close the door, lock himself back in the house, in his office. All right. So now, oh yes. Speaking of house, do you guys realize that Kendrick actually live his living room is in his garage?
mm,
Because that back door there, what you see where the couch is, and then
mm-hmm.
he has his bike on the wall there, and his like a kitchen, and then the back wall here behind the couch, it looks like is a garage thing to open up the garage. And I'm saying, oh, what kind of style house is that? But anyway, I noticed detail. Okay,
Yeah.
I just said that let I put that to you guys. Okay, so Miranda says it might be Dawn that will cause Kendrick to lose his license. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, yes, because she is not too cray cray like Libby. So people will tend to listen. And then good evening, you're saying. And then Shirley said here, Good evening, Sharon and chatmates. Good evening, beautiful. Welcome in, disciple. Come in. Hi there, disciple. How are you? Good evening, Sharon and chat. Welcome in, everybody. And Lee says here, good evening, goddess. Our goddess says that Lee. And disciple say, Yuli is just as cray cray as Dan. I think she worse than Dan. That's why I was calling Dan today to come help me from
Yeah.
all those bees and wasps. Me know when me get bees and wasps in my yard. I
Yeah,
can't
she is
even.
crazier than Dan. Hmm.
Yeah, she's crazier than Dan. Yep. Because she going to Natasha house, steal her dress, her earring. After one day, she tell if the
The
shoes belong to Natasha.
hairstyle, everything.
Exactly. And here is okay. Passion says here, Amber have to tell Amber should have told Dave that she and Wayne used to be together. However, I do not think she needs to give detail who does what. All right. I hope you remember that, Passion. Let me
Mm-hmm.
just write this down. You know how me love to forget name. Okay,
Hmm.
Pat. I hope you remember you said that if Dave come back, if Dave find out says whatever, I hope it's gonna be okay. Because how would you feel? Amber tell him part truth, and then if he go and talk to Wayne now, and Wayne thinks Amber tells him everything and says, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean for Amber to wake up in my bed and then go to marry Wayne. Then he's
Anthony.
gonna
To
say,
marry Anthony.
yeah, to marry Anthony, yes, marry Anthony. Then him gonna say she lied to him because he asked her, is there anything else?
Yeah.
And that was a perfect opportunity to say yes. I woke up in bed with Wayne and go to and marry Anthony that same day. Because that's the part where is bothering Amber the most.
Hmm.
That's the part that is triggering her. That's the part making her become scared. Instead of she saying, oh, are we over? Just tell him that first. And then after you tell him that, if he's still act that way, you said, are we over? But Amber did not tell him that. So I guess it's not important. So I hope I don't hear Amber or anybody else mention says whatever. But let's see what happens. Sharon was saying to me, says, Sharon, they are lining it up for, they're setting it up for when maybe Dave and Evelyn will cross the line, or maybe not cross the line in that she says. I don't think she said that part. I think she says,
Mm.
will Amber find out about Dave and Evelyn working together and that Evelyn brought the deal to Dave? Maybe Wayne will tell Amber. So maybe now if anything happens, Amber can just says you're being a hypocrite because you're working with your ex, I'm working with my ex. But let's see how it unfolds. But I doubt it's gonna happen that way.
I have another question. I have a question. If you can ask the chat, or you yourself can answer.
Okay.
Um, what do you think Amber can ask Dave to bring back Melissa to be his assistant? Because let's say she has told this the truth and everything is clear. Do you think she can come back to work as his assistant, or you think it will be too late?
Okay. All right. So let's put that in. Maybe it is too late because Melissa got a business opportunity and she gone to Italy to do that. So
Mm,
maybe and that is why she left the letter. But let's see what that letter says. I'm dying to find out what is inside that letter.
and everybody's
All of
dying to
us
find
are
out.
waiting. Yeah,
We
all of
waiting.
us is sitting on our hands and needles trying to figure out what is exactly inside of that letter. And then Shirley says, chatmates, as you come in to join us, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment on Sharon underscore Rico Review channel. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. And Goddess says, please hit the like button, chats. And Sabrina says here, I say no because both aren't transparent. I like that.
Mm,
They're both not transparent.
mm, yeah.
Because today, you remember, Dave was on his phone when Amber came out first, right? He
Yeah.
was texting, and then as soon as he heard her come out, he hurry up, put up the phone, and turn the phone over. Why hide the phone? Who was he texting?
Who was
Right?
he texting? Mystery. Yeah.
That's a mystery. All right. So they are both not transparent. And the lawyer told Amber, don't do anything. Yes, Bethel. The lawyer told her, don't do anything. And Margaret says, if you're going to tell a story, tell the whole truth. Exactly. And that was the teaching lesson in the skit. If you're going to tell a story, tell the whole thing.
And did you
From
catch
beginning to end, don't deviate, just tell the whole thing.
and did you catch what Amber said in the beginning? She said that we have to start on a good term, or the way we start the marriage is the way you end it. She was saying something like that. And I caught it because that's the same way when she was with Anthony, and then when Dalen kissed her, she kept that secret until they did a vow renewal. So
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, you gotta tell it and just be done with it, and then be relieved that it's done. But she feel like it's over. She feel like just by telling a little bit, she feel like she's in the clear, she's good. But I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. We will definitely see what's happening there. Thank you, Lee, for that. And
Yeah.
Margaret, you're right, Margaret. Well said, Margaret. Whenever you're gonna do something, do it the
Mm-hmm.
right way. Do
Yeah.
not lie. Don't deviate. Just tell the whole truth and done. The truth shall set you free. No, our conscience, and she will be there worrying about, oh, will Wayne tell him about what I got up from his bed and go marry Anthony? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? She's going to definitely have a panic attack again.
Mm. And
Or
I put
definitely
and I bet she will call Ernestine and tell her I forgot to tell Dave the other piece of the story and this and that and that and that.
I'm
I
looking
bet
forward
she.
to see that call. I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to hear what she has to say with that. Well said, dear Lee.
Yeah.
Hmm. Did I read those ones already? Okay, mate. Okay, because I take it off the screen. Let's see. Poor Dave, he got caught up asking Amber to do what he failed to do. I do not think her response will be like this. Okay, thank you, Passion. Nothing will happen. She'll already walking in eggshell. Okay, so I read those already, I think. All right,
Mm.
so let me just come down here because it is now that time. Let me come down. All right. Goddess says, keep the likes up, chat. And then so should Amber tell every single time they were together. No, she don't need to tell. Passion, the part that's upsetting Amber when she have the conversation twice now with Ernestine, she said, I woke up in bed with Wayne and go marry Anthony. And I don't want him to find out about, maybe I should tell him. And she said, no, 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 don't do that. So that's the part. So I wish that's where she would have started that conversation because that's the part that's bothering her the most.
And she
Amber needs
herself
to tell.
say, yeah. No, I was gonna say, and Amber herself say, this is the only thing, nothing else. So it shouldn't be anything else. It should be the last thing on the list. If
Well
you want
said.
to, yeah, if you want this to be in the clear, or you're both be on good relationship, if this is the last thing, if Wayne's not in the picture again, then you should go ahead and just explain yourself in detail and let him be the one to either accept you back, or if it's not meant to be, then you guys, go your separate ways, or figure it out.
You are absolutely right, Lee. You're absolutely right. And that is something that Amber needs to learn to do on her own. She needs to learn to Be honest
Mhm.
all the way. But let's see. They started it. Maybe she will actually tell him. Maybe show up, leave the podcast, and go tell him. Maybe that's what she'll do. Maybe she will actually tell him.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Hmm.
Seeing the blue.
Then Passion Air said, so should Amber tell? No. If you're gonna start a conversation, finish it. I'm driving, so I'll be listening to y'all. Yeah, thank you. Be safe, darling. Very good question, Lee. I don't think Dave can trust Melissa to be loyal anymore. All right, thank you, dear Shirley, for that. Melissa is working out of the country, yes.
Yeah, that's what you
And
said. Mm.
yeah, she's in
Italy.
Italy. I would not expect to get detail who does that exactly, but there, you know how they do Amber. People hold Amber accountable. She doesn't hold herself accountable. Or do people hold Amber accountable? That's what I should ask you guys. Does people hold Amber accountable? Okay, the question you asked me to ask the chat that says no, the poll is 54% Lee
Okay.
because she's outside of the country. Does people holds oh Amber accountable for whatever she does? Accountable. Mhm. So we're gonna poll this question. All right. Let's see what you guys say in that. I think Evelyn and Dave gonna cross the line. Okay, Belinda, that's what Belinda thinks. Okay, thank you, Belinda, for that. Yes, we can blame him. You know, she was mentally disturbed, so he actually took advantage of her. Okay, thank you, Passion. What he should have done, he shouldn't have given. He should not have given to his lustful ways. Yeah, I will not waste my energy to watch Kendrick and Libby. Hi, dear Suzette. Be welcome in. And Rhonda says, yes, Darren pays child support. Yes, he does. And Margaret says, Rhonda, Darren pays child support. That is all he is required to do. Yeah. But this was really nice for Darren to actually buy his son mother a decent car so they can what you call it there. I guess the son said that you're driving a good car, mommy not. And now it looks like Lisa daughter is trying to cause some issues there, and she is not having it one bit. And it is a lot to for anybody to think there. So Lisa decided, says, I am let me go check my husband. But I thought she said she don't want him. So if you don't want somebody, and that is marital asset too. So at the end of the day, marital asset also is spending because they haven't divorced yet. And then Shirley says, absolutely. Amber is held accountable at every turn. Yes, Belen said, I agree about it. Also, Lee, is Amber hold accountable? Does the audience hold Amber accountable? Lee, I guess Lee fall off. Maybe he went to watch something. All right, so let's see how you guys polled it. Goddess, does the audience hold Amber accountable? 83% says, does people hold Amber accountable? Really? Hmm. All right. Thank you for that.
I
All right.
mean, what I didn't.
Lee, we got 83% says people holds Amber accountable.
Oh,
What would you say to that?
I would say I disagree, but it's people's opinion. Eh,
Yes. I
yeah,
totally agree with you. Nobody owes Amber accountability because every time she does anything that is wrong, they turn a blind eye and they say,
yeah.
"Oh no, Amber didn't do that." Right? So I'm surprised at this poll, but thank you guys for that. 83% said people also accountable. All right. And Rhonda says Amber holds everyone else accountable. She is very judgmental.
Hmm.
Thank you, Rhonda Phillips.
That's the truth.
Exactly.
That's how you're supposed to be truthful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So when we polling, we actually sees what is happening, right, Lee?
yeah.
Okay. But for sure, there is a big thing is coming, and a big twist is coming for sure. A big plot twist is coming, and we don't even. It's gonna come right out of left field, exactly like how we got a letter. They haven't opened that letter as yet. Dave hasn't received that letter as yet, and then Dave mentioned today. What did he say to Amber?
I could have been in the jail. I could have been in jail or in dead.
You're right. He said I could be dead or in jail. God have saved him. And he doesn't know why he loves her, but God sent her to him. That's what Dave says. So
Mm-hmm.
my question to you guys now, what did Dave meant by that statement? Okay, so meantime you guys are thinking about it. If Amber hadn't asked Dave about Melissa, he would never have told her. You're absolutely right, Paula. You are absolutely right. You guys would never have known.
Mm.
So now, will Amber find out Evelyn got the deal in LA for Dave? What would Amber do? Do you think Amber will find out that Evelyn was the one that brought this deal to Dave? Let me pull that so the chat can let we see. So, well, Amber find out Evelyn got the deal for Dave. Will she be okay with it?
Uh, Something just came to me.
Mm,
Um, yeah. To me, I would say, I don't think Amber should be angry, but at the same time, I'm not sure because the reason why I say that is because it's not like she doesn't know Evelyn. She has seen her. It will be different if she doesn't know his ex like
mm-hmm.
that. But I believe maybe she would be mad, or maybe she would be. But I don't know. Gotta wait and see on her expression.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see on that. True, true, true. Well said. So we're polling it, and right now, so let's see what the audience say in a bit. I'm giving them time to poll that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see here. Passion says here, yes, Paula. Welcome in, Paula. Passion. And then Belinda said, oh, Belinda says, what dirt Michelle have on them? Oh, Michelle husband has a thumb drive, and he found out that Ben gave Abigail $250,000,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's also skimming money from the people them that invested in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And Darren and Anthony also. He said he has dirt on Darren and Anthony.
Mm.
Okay, so everything is on that thumb drive. So
Everything.
Anthony doesn't look like he has any clean hands. So I'm looking forward for that storyline to develop. And then Bethel here says Amber always take accountability for what she did with Wayne. Yeah, she did. She did that. I think Dave was just speaking as a black man when he says that. Okay, thank you, Joan. Anna. Anne. Shirley says here that means Dave has some skeleton in his closet. Yes, he has said that. Antoinette, I dear Antoinette. Antoinette said, I would say yes because Wayne gonna talk about it. He's gonna come back and tell Amber. Wayne will tell her. A lot of people thinks Wayne and Evelyn will get together because he's vegan, she's vegan.
Mm.
But what if it's actually not Wayne and it's actually Dave and
Evelyn.
Evelyn get together?
Mm.
Mm, I
Mm.
could see that happening. If vice versa, either way, I could see that happen. For Dave to cross Amber, right? He had to go find out about Wayne and Amber about the wedding. Because remember the first thing when she told him says she Wayne is her ex.
Mm-hmm.
He was upset and said, "Don't play with me." You know what I mean? He got up fast, so we know that that man has a temper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one to be played with. So, and he says, "Does Anthony know?" Because they're friends. Are they cool? Like
Mm-hmm.
Anthony cool with that? Mm. So no. Remember, she said to Dave, "Are you still gonna do business with?" When he says, "Yes, this is business." Remember,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony told her that before.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they just get together? She said to when they first get married, she says, "Why are you doing business with Roland and my ex? We need a clean start. And why are they on our honeymoon? I don't want to go on a honeymoon with them. You know what I mean? This is our honeymoon." So I think if you really look at it, guys, really look at it, it is the same sin. It's a mirror thing of what happened between Amber before. So they are showing us says Dave is just like Anthony. So Dave is a representative of himself. He's not sustainable. But let's see if his armor is gonna fall down and then he starts showing his true color. Let's see if that happens. Or maybe he's the real deal. But let's see. So he says, what did he say? I think I write it down, but sometimes when I do my liquor short and I can't even he loved her, he can't put a finger on it. All right.
That's another one too. That's another nugget. He can put a finger on it. What does that mean?
He can't, and he says, um, he wants it's not over. No, it's not over. Someone he is pouring into, he need to can trust them because he's pouring into her and he need to be able to can trust her. So if Wayne go open up his mouth and think Amber tells him everything and go like what he did in the podcast rooms as well, Amber was swinging on my Jesus popping chain the night before our wedding and then get up and go marry Anthony.
Mm.
If Wayne says something like that, I think he will look at Amber a different way because he asks her, is there anything else, anyone else? But let's see what happens. Let's hope because we know he had stuff that he hasn't told Amber yet. But
Mm-hmm.
let's see how they navigate this. Oh, it's gonna be interesting to see, guys. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see. What dirt Michelle husband and Ben? Yeah, we answer that. We don't know what it is yet, but it is gonna it's loading right now, Belinda. Suzette P says, yes, exactly. What does Dave mean by that statement? And does that change the perspective of people who support and look down on Denisha? I like this question. What does Dave meant by that? That's what we need to know. And then, so somebody earlier when I did another live, it, says to me, says Sharon, I think he used to work with Evelyn dad in that kind of business. And maybe that's how he said he could have been dead or in jail,
Mm-hmm.
but God saved him. So there is more to come about Dave. So he's not being 100 with Amber. He said he's transparent with her,
Mm-hmm. And
but is
solid. That's his
and
favorite
he's
word.
solid, yeah. But is he really transparent with Amber?
No.
All right, that's all I'm leaving with you guys. I'd like your take on it, guys. And then Bethel says she will find out, but she doesn't need to react. It is business. Yes, Bethel, that's true. And Passion says, we do not know because there are no skits with clues. No. But Passion, we have to pick out the nuggets. That is why we pick out those important parts. And we're going to put them aside until we get more. We're going to put them together. And then we're all going to come up with the answer. All right? Like what we normally does. EP says, I think Amber will feel away because she knows Charity wants Evelyn and Dave back together. Yes. This is why she said to Dave, I could fly out there. Oh, she gonna miss her baby. Oh my goodness, she wants to be there. So Wayne, don't tell him. He says, don't call Wayne. I just gonna check him, check his temperature, and then I'll let him know that I know about them. Oh boy, I'll be shaking in my boots, especially me know me not tell him the whole truth. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. All right. So here Vanda Vandine says, what is the significance of her finding out that Dave is doing deal with Evelyn? Dave never told anyone it was messy to do business with an ex. No, he didn't. It was Amber. So that's it's all messy right now, and it's very combugulated, really and truly. But let's see what happens, Vanda. Dave make it clear with Evelyn that it's all business. I like that. Okay. Brian says, good evening, my people. How are you doing? We're doing great, Brian. I send you a link, so check your email. And then my St. Michael says, Wolfman Dave is hiding many dark secret, yes. Anthony told Amber she knows his money is clean. Does it means Wolfman money is dirty? La la
That's a good
dee.
question.
It is an excellent question. And I think some of it is because if, but Anthony money is not clean either. So make Anthony go away
Yeah.
because Michelle husband says he has dirt on Anthony and Ben and Darren. Mm-hmm. So let's see. So it look like these people with money, they have legit business, but then they do other things, right?
Yeah.
Crystal clear. I'm just dying. I can't wait for that story to drop. Suzette Paris says, I'm so curious to know what Dave meant by that statement about being dead or in jail. Yes. And it comes to my attention today by one of our lovely chat family is that he used to work in the same business as
Evelyn family.
Ever's families. Yeah. And the dad loves him. He doesn't look like he loved Steve at all. Diamond
And
says, sure.
that's the same thing that happened with Amber and Anthony, if you can remember. Um Shayla's dad was so she liked he liked Anthony a lot. He respected Anthony. So like you said, it's the same scenario that they're in. And it's the same thing with the Evelyn character. Her father likes Dave a lot, in that sense of helping him, they helping them.
Hi, dear Brian.
Hi, honey.
What's
How are
up?
you?
How
I'm
you
good.
doing?
Hey, what's up, Lee?
What's up?
Okay,
Okay,
much.
repeat again, Lee. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was saying that they have a similar characteristic with the Anthony and the Dave character because if you remember back, Amber, Shayla's father really liked that Anthony because he was like a businessman. He respected him. It's the same thing with Dave's Evelyn's father. He likes his work, his work, but we don't know how far it will go though.
Yeah.
But you think Evelyn's father seemed like he was a gangster.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what they're portraying. And that's uh, when Dave said today to Amber, I could have been in jail, I could have been whatever like that. So maybe that's the connection with Evelyn, with the father, that, you know what I mean, that they might have been into something and he got out of it. And maybe that's how he met Evelyn. You know what I mean? So we don't know. He could have been a street
Yeah.
guy and met Evelyn, and all of a sudden he got out of it and got himself clean. I'm just obviously just speculation, but that's something that they're trying to tie a little something together.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right. So with this now, let's see. Yeah, I think that was what happened. So Dave is lying. Dave is saying he's being transparent or Lee drop off by accident. He will click back up. They need to be 100 with each other.
Yeah, but you know what I always used to say though, Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
Not telling ain't lying.
Mm?
Not telling isn't lying.
Okay. But he said to her, we have to be transparent. Or we have to be transparent.
Yes.
He said he's transparent to her, and we know he's not. Because he didn't tell her that his realtor was one of his exes. He didn't tell her that. So that's a lie because he is
it's
admitting.
not a lie if you don't say. If you
Okay.
don't tell, it's not a lie. If she asks him and then says something else, then it's a lie.
Okay.
Not telling is not lying.
Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. So Diamond says, Sharon, Amber didn't want Melissa working with Dave. She's not gonna take Evelyn lightly. But she's working with her ex, so she have to stomach it because she's working with her ex.
But you see, today was a great opportunity for Amber. Well, when first of all, she told Dave, and because she was worried that Wayne might say, Wayne's so petty, might have say something. But when Dave said Anthony knows, and she said yes, and they're cool, said yes, but she's not and I don't think she should divulge everything. You know what I mean? Just one thing is one thing. I don't think she should divulge everything because was a life before. But if you're going to open up the can,
no, but he asked her if there was anything else, and she says there's nothing else. That was her opportunity to tell him.
So it's going to come back to bite her in the butt.
Because he will tell her, say, you asked me and I was 100 with you.
Yeah.
But she was not. And she says there's nothing more to tell.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe when Dave come back, he would tell her and say, I talked to Wayne and he told me more than what you told me, and something don't add up. So is there anything else you want to say?
I don't think that's going to happen right away.
It's not
They're
right
gonna
away,
prolong
probably.
this some more.
Yeah, it's not right away.
Yeah. Because that would have it is so ironic how they're making Anthony situation so good, and people are saying, oh, we're praising Anthony or whatever. But Anthony time gonna come too. Just like what Ben said to his wife today, thanks to Suzette J and Charmin and myself here, we're thinking exactly what Ben is telling his wife. Anthony will say that because the relationship is new. He knows Anthony is laughing. So at the end of the day, when all that newness, because that's a new toy, right?
Right.
So when all that newness wear off, let's see what will happen. How will Anthony feel if Denisha changes? But let's see if they will change her character or they let her stay how she is. But let's see, because right now all I see that they're doing parallel of relationship with Anthony, Wayne, and Dave and Amber situation.
But
people should not give up yet. It's not over and done yet. But let's see how far they're willing to take Amber into this lie that she dig herself into.
Well,
because
I wonder if she called. Did she call Ernestine and tell her something?
That's the same thing I said.
I don't think she called Ernestine as yet.
Ernestine,
not yet.
Because if she calls Ernestine will probably say, you better get to LA, girl. You know what I mean? Ernestine's the worst person to get advice from.
Exactly. Exactly. I was really proud of her to tell him. Honestly, I was really, really proud of Amber to actually let him know that says, look here, we have a relationship. So I was hoping that at 12:30, as Eklund was telling us, that says yes. Brian, you also have the link that they can that she did whatever she did, because if he said there was a perfect opportunity for Amber to say yes, there is more. I woke up in bed with Wayne and I went and married Anthony.
But
Because
you see,
remember, the
it,
damsel in distress, what she was carrying on with there, all of that is gonna fly out. Then he will get to understand that. But you know what? Let me just voice this properly. That doesn't give Anthony the right still to sleep with her best friend. When I really think
no,
of it.
but it's, you know what? I'm not I'm not defending Anthony at all. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, that night they're at Amber's condo,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and they were all drunk. And then after Anthony left, went back to the house, and she didn't want to go back to the house. And Shayla, she left, and she went and basically seduced him. Was he, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Was obviously it takes two to tango. What, but the thing is, it's not that he initiated it. Sheila initiated, but then he went
Yeah.
back. When he went back for more, then that's the part would say, hey, one time is obviously could be a mistake or whatever. You were drunk, didn't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You can use liquor as an excuse, as most men do, or some women do. But the thing is, but when you went back the second, third, then that was wrong. That
Yeah.
was wrong. But it wasn't.
Exactly.
I could understand even if he initiated it and, like, you know what, and started coming on to Shayla and stuff like that. That's totally, totally wrong. But the thing is, he didn't. So I'm not excusing what he did. He's still wrong. But
Yeah.
I'm not excusing. But Shayla was the one that initiated everything.
Yeah.
Because even her sister, remember her sister when she said, "Oh, Anthony's my soulmate," da da da, and her sister said, "That's your best friend's husband. Stop it."
Mhm.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You
Shayla's like
are
her
absolutely right.
Shayla's like her mother, delusional.
Yeah, they are. They are. But what we have to remember, I've been telling you guys this and I have to keep on saying it, is that Anthony was not blameless.
No.
Anthony accuses her of Wayne while he was still messing around with Shayla. The two of them was laughing in Amber's place. They were playing in her face. You know what I mean? So
Because when Shayla got mad, that's when she revealed to Anthony what was going on.
yeah, I know. I know that. But what I says, he found out, and then when Shayla told him about it, right? What Anthony was being a hypocrite. Anthony decided to behave like says he wasn't cheating all this time with with Amber. Remember, I told you guys long time ago that Anthony was not blameless because Anthony was cheating with Shayla before he know about Amber and Wayne.
Because Sheila,
So,
well, Sheila that first time, obviously, she initiated after she was giving him that yes, ma'am. So Anthony got hooked.
exactly. He surely got hook all right. He got hook on the yes, mom.
Yeah.
But at the end of the
But
day, we can't really blame her per se for what happened in the marriage because Anthony and Shayla started it. Yes, Amber started it going into the marriage. So I guess that was a sin going into the marriage because she was engaged and then the morning of her wedding. That's where I think most is bothering her to tell Dave that the morning of her wedding, she went from one man bed to another to get married. And that same night, she went and ting there. You know what I mean? So it's really is very art. I don't think anyone would really feel comfortable saying something like that.
Well, I totally agree with you on that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not bad enough. It was hard enough for her to admit her discretions
Exactly. So we
with
have to
Wayne,
give her.
but no, but when you go into detail, that's going to be a little bit more harsh. Like he's going to look at her like, you did what at this? You know what I mean? So if she tells him that seed that she's planting, it's done. They're done,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But let's see, because at the end of the day, I think he would understand if she tells him, hear what I always tell you guys, it better if it comes from Amber than anyone else. So when he asks her today, is there anything else, anyone else, she should have says, yes, I woke up in bed. And she don't have to go, I leave way in bed to get married to Anthony. That's it. Well,
No,
done deal, nothing
that's
more. She should just, just rip the band-aid off.
that's yeah. She wouldn't rip the bandage; she would tear off skin. Saying that,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's what she should have done.
well, that's when you say what you say and you leave it in another person's court. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
gonna stay or you're gonna go, either or. But at least you know what she's saying the truth, like we always say. You say the truth, it sets you free.
Yeah. And then she's there to do the podcast because Wayne say you don't need to come, you have to be ready for the podcast. They're just going to do business. And I don't even think Dave want her there because Evelyn told him that says he's not to bring her, remember?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what was said. So Lee, what you have to say to that? Anything you need to add to it?
Yeah, I was gonna speak on when you were talking about Anthony and Shayla, the saga.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that I think the reason why Anthony also did that as well, going back to Shayla, is because
Mm-hmm.
he saw Amber in a different way. If
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
not gonna, if he was not gonna know the truth by, if he was gonna know the truth by Amber, it would be differently. But he knew the truth by Shayla, and Shayla when she tells somebody the truth, it hurts, but it makes sense. And I don't know, for some reason, for him, he decided that since he knew now, he's gonna go back to Shayla and continue. I think that's what was in his mind. He wanted to, I would say, punish Amber, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. I think his ego was bruised, and Anthony continued doing that. So
Mhm.
I'm here wondering if they're going to do the same thing when Dave finds out if it's not from Amber. Will he start look at her in a different light? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Let's take some comments here. None of it matters. Van Deen says the house already bought and her name is already on the deed. Too late now. LOL. Yeah. And 30. Shirley says 30/45. Hit the like button, chats. Thank you, Shirley. And then Diamond says exactly. Vandan. Dave is stuck between because her name is on the deed. Yeah. And then he also said it's business when she says you're still doing business with Wayne. I think that's why she told him for him not to do the business, but he says this is business. I'm going to get my paper. And
Mhm.
Anthony has said the same thing too in the
And that's
past.
the same way. That's the same way with Wayne too. They like to
Yeah,
go ahead and just do business. They don't worry about personal.
exactly. They take emotion out. Oh boy. I was very proud of her today. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? When she
she did
was
two
saying
things.
stuff. But then the writers, them just makes you just chicken out.
Mm,
I do get it. I understand that is very embarrassing to say that.
mm,
But I thought they would just cut her some slack this once and let she just own up to what she did and just, you know what I mean, says, all right, I did that. Let me correct it. Okay, so now we have Suzette says Sharon, for call successful businessman. Dave communication skill is the worst. He needs to choose if he's a businessman or a gangster. He sounds annoying. Thank you for that, Susan. Well said. And Margaret says here the only reason Dave needs to know the complete truth Anthony Wayne is because they are part of her present, not her past. Oh, I like this, Margaret. Well said. Well said. Thank you. And St. Michael said, what sweet nanny goat will run in belly? Oh, yes, Michael, I remember that. I haven't heard that saying in a long time. Amber will cause Wolfman Dave belly to run. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Get the likes up, chat. Get the likes up. And Shirley says, when did Ann say his money is clean? When he was talking to Dave that day, when he went over to see Dave house, and he said, you can't tell me about my wife. I know my wife. Remember, Shirley? Yeah, go back and watch that skit.
And
And
when he
then,
was talking to when he was talking to Amber too, he said to her, don't forget, you don't know Dave that well. His business might not be legit. And then
mhm.
she said, you don't know Denisha well. So that's the time that we're explaining.
Okay. All right, guys. So, T Baby. Exactly, Sharon. Ben and Anthony both did dirt business dealing. Yes, definitely, T Baby, definitely. Diamond said, Sharon and Lee, what is your opinion on Daniel and Amber one-sided friendship? I'll let you guys answer it first, and I'll answer.
Yeah, I was amazed when Denisha went over to the house and Danielle says, "Well, Amber's my really good friend." No, she's not. You know what I mean? No, she's not. It's Danielle's also quite the character. She can't hold water. She's always telling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's the worst person to say don't say something. To don't tell nobody because she's going to tell right away.
yeah,
Uh, she you tell her something in confidence and it goes out the window. She betrayed Lisa.
Mm.
Lisa.
yeah.
She portrayed Lisa.
Our one sister.
She portrayed her own sister. You know, so uh, for her to make a stand or a statement like that to Denisha, well, Amber's my really good friend. When's the last time Amber's talked to you? When's the last time Amber called you? So remember the last time they were together? She says, Amber, I thought I was really, we started developing a friendship, and
Yeah,
but you haven't talked to me. So yeah, Danielle's delusional.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-mm.
And then with me now, yes, Daniel take Amber for a friend, but Amber doesn't take her for a friend because Daniel will keep Amber accountable. And she doesn't want that. She rather have Ernestine, who she knows is not giving her good advice. That's my opinion, Diamond. Thank you for that. Yeah. Great question. And then Ann Jones says, did Dave work with Evelyn that though? We're
We'll
not
find that
sure,
out. We'll find that
but
out
we'll
sooner or
find
later.
that out soon. But someone says most likely he did, so allegedly, all right, for now. And EP says here, I think that's just a normal sin for being grateful for oh God has brought him. All right, EP, thank you for that. Goddess says, welcome in, Brian.
Hello, goddess.
Mhm. Oh, so Brian is here. So it's Uncle Jeff is missing. Uh, oh, Van Deen says Dave is going through mirror image circumstances as Anthony. Yes, Van Deen. Well said. That's what we've been talking about. Saint Michael. Yes. So
so
Saint
the old
Michael says whatever happened to Wolfman, Dave will be is
PU.
PU. I don't know what that means. Please rewrite that for me, darling. And Anne says, they said Evelyn, Charity, and Dave grow up together. Yes. And Diamond says, Sharon, Brian, Lee, what is your opinion on Daniel and Amber? Once, yeah, we answered that. She asked again, but we answered it just now. Omission is a form of lying, just like inaction is also an action. LOL. Yes, Van Dien.
No,
And then she's not
if
even friends with Michelle too that well. Don't
Yeah,
forget Danielle and Michelle friendship used to be good, but it's not like that anymore.
because Michelle didn't do what she wanted her to do.
Exactly. So she has a lot of bridges that
So she is a
she
hypocrite
doesn't burn.
also.
Michelle,
Hmm.
absolutely, Michelle. You know what I mean?
Daniel, I'm
Especially
speaking.
Daniel, but they both are. They both are.
Yeah,
Hmm.
For the
Yeah.
simple reason, if if
But I think Michelle is have a good heart because she is against cheating and so forth like that. And
she's
she
against
told she didn't
cheating,
know Amber from Adams,
yeah,
but she liked that to see a couple is in love with each other. She likes seeing that, and then she decided to be honest with Amber, and she almost lose her job.
she did lose her
But
job. She did lose her job, and it was Danielle
she
the one that
almost
saved
lose
it.
her job at first,
Yeah, yeah,
and
but
Danielle
it's the
was
one
the
that
one
saved her.
who told Ben not to fire her.
Yeah,
But she
but
almost lose it because of Amber.
yeah,
And then now
no, she liked.
Lisa lose her job by helping Amber to meet Dave.
Yeah,
Mm.
you mean
Okay, whatever happens to Wolfman, Dave will be part of his divine punishment. He cannot escape his judgment. True. Let's see how the writer write it. Disciple says he's not completely transparent with Amber. Exactly. Goddess says that all back from the truth with Amber. No, that all back from the truth will Amber will resurface again because Amber is not learning her lesson. You're absolutely right, Goddess. You're absolutely right there. And then Van Dien says, Anthony might be the one to say it. Yes. Not at all, Goddess Van Dien is saying. I said the same thing that Anthony will tell Dave. Yes, you did. You definitely did, Goddess. Van Dien says, I gave her some credit for deciding to let Dave know about having an history with Wayne, but she needs to pull off the rest of the band-aid. Yes, Van Dien. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said. She lift up the band-aid and she tell him part truth. I thought when they did the second and the third skit, I thought she would have done it, but people says, I'm having faith. And I thought at 12:30 she would have just ripped it all together and she would have set free. But she's still holding on to one more piece. And we're going, I can't wait for the conversation between her. This is the first time I'm ever looking forward for Ernestine to actually to hear the conversation between Amber and Ernestine.
Mhm.
But I'm happy that she tell him that they have a history, so that's a good start.
yeah, but the thing is, Amber dramatized all the time. Well, Wayne was my ex. Not really. Not really. It was just a situation because Wayne never took her nowhere. He kept her basically in the house.
Mm-hmm. It's a booty call. She was real booty
Well,
call.
exactly, exactly. She was at 3 o'clock after the club closed. You know,
Yeah.
so she's making a good thing. And somebody wrote before, omission is like lying. Omission is, in my opinion, this is my opinion. If you do not say something, then it's not a lie because nothing has been said. But if somebody
Mm-hmm.
asks you and you omit, then that could be a form of lying,
Yeah. I get it. I get what you're saying now.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And Van Dien said it. I give her some credit for deciding to let Dave know about having the history. Yes, we give her some credit for that. Definitely. That's what we did. And then St. Michael said deliberately withholding pertinent information is lying by omission. Thank you for that, St.
I,
Michael. You're absolutely right there too.
I wonder if Amber have told Dave she has a miscarriage and everything, or did she leave that out too?
No, she told him. He knows about
Oh,
the she knows the baby, yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah. But I hope Dave will understand that it's embarrassment when he does
Yeah.
find out. I hope he will be very understanding, guys. I'm open, but let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. And Jones said, just listen to Dave and Evelyn dad again. They just talk about their relationship. Dave and Evelyn dating in a live-in relationship. There was nothing about work. Okay, thank you, Joe. Anna. Okay. And then Anne says, remember when Evelyn talked to Charity about Dave's work and travel and how it drove them apart because he was focused on work. Yes, she did. And then Brian, the yes mom, it's differently. Okay, Jeff, you have that. Hi Sharon, I chat. I'm at work, can't up on today. That's okay, Jeff. Thank you, darling. You did awesome yesterday. And then sis says, thank you for supporting. All right. So here, first of all, think he knew what was going on that night. But even if he did not, Anthony did not have to keep going back. Exactly. That's what I said too. He could have just told Amber what happened. And that could have been you know what I mean?
Save. Hmm.
It could have ended differently for them. But he kept it a secret and keep on going back. And then when he tried to break it off, she decided, says, no way, she have to tell that because she was so envious of her best friend. This is why I don't like the fact that she's friends with Shayla still. That made no sense.
Mm.
Yeah, but you see, the story. What happens if Wayne could? Well, I understand Wayne and Anthony are in business, but they're supposed to be friends or whatever. But if
Mm-hmm.
that can happen, where the guy slept with the woman, and he and the other man, they reconciled their friend relationship. Why
Yeah.
can't two women do the same?
True.
It's just the
True, true, true,
reverse.
true, true.
She forgave her, but you don't trust her. So
Yeah,
that's what you always say, you know.
that is true. That is so true. I'm proud of Amber for telling the truth to all to be lying anyway. To all to be lying anyway. I'm happy that she started, but I wish she'd finish it. But at least it's a start. You know what I mean? It's a start. And she can said I was too embarrassed to say the rest, but at least we did something. Margaret said, remember Aunt was essayed, and once you dip in the ocean, it's hard to forget the feeling. Amber took the choice away from Aunt by marrying him after sleeping with another man up to the wedding day. Yes, Margaret, well said. Yeah, me can't say nothing more. Well said. St. Michael says, Amber is at war with her emotion. She is an emotional wreck. She is not happy. She is faking happiness. Yes, St. Michael, she is.
Because she's lying to herself.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. We're just calling a spade at the end of the day. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So I feel it for her, but it's very embarrassing to say the rest. And especially, I think she would have if he had given her the chance to say it, you know?
I think she might have if he would have gave her a different reaction.
Yeah, I think she would have too, yeah. But because he jumped up so mad at her and says, he said to her, says, I'm the wrong one to play with. That was scary. Told
And
the
he
man
also
he
said
was
Wayne's a
sitting down nicely and then to see the man get up like Usain Bolt out of the chair. You
and
know
he
what I
said,
mean?
he said Wayne's a comedian who'll probably be using that in a joke.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
That was pretty scary, I must say. Pretty scary. And then Van Deen says not to live in the past, but always believe Amber set herself up for a relationship to fail and played his part, but he began with Amber. Yeah, it's true. It began with Amber. So, as she said, and she said it to Anthony too, that they started they look marriage and lies. And she started marriage and lies. And then in the marriage, Anthony did what he did.
Anthony did what he did with Shayla for spite after
Yeah.
the first time.
Yep.
After he found out, that was just total spite.
It was like a revenge, like he
Yeah,
was taking revenge on her. Yeah.
yeah.
So we just have to put that into perspective because before I wasn't really looking at that. But when we sit back yesterday and I look at it, I says, but Anthony's an hypocrite because yeah, we understand the first night. We forgive him for the first night, but he kept going back for more. And Zashri even called him out on that. And then Anthony chooses to accuse her when he found out about it, and then he continued sleeping with, and then he's behaving like says he's a saint, he's such a nice husband, and he can't forgive her. Meantime, he was doing the same exact thing with Shayla.
Well,
So
hurt people.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
hurt
just have
people
to
hurt
call
people.
a spade at the end of the day. So since Dave has skeleton in his closet, I hope when he finally get the rest of the truth, the rest of it comes from Amber and not nobody else. And I hope after he blow up, then he says he loves her. That mean he can forgive her. But then again, he asks her today, is there anything? And she says, no, there is nothing else. Oh boy. So I hope there is nothing else. And if he finds out that he won't feel any way, you understand?
Well, he's going to feel anyway. He's going to feel away for the simple reason he asked her. It's different if he didn't ask her, is there anything else? And
Mm-hmm.
so she was adamant, no, there's nothing, no, there's nothing. So that if it comes out, that trust part is going to be gone, totally gone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying because he said he is he is a person who or he's into someone and he doesn't like the fact that if he's pouring into someone, he's poured into her, he wants to be able to trust her. That
Hmm.
was a nugget, guys. That was a nugget. Amber failed miserably today by but by saying,
But do you see that one of them say something else differently? So Dave always talking about trust, and Amber's always talking about um. She always has this word dishonest or something like that.
mm-hmm,
But they both are not being honest and trustworthy because
They're both not
you
being
have,
transparent.
yeah, transparent.
you're absolutely rightly. Yeah, they are not. And he said transparent. He says honesty, trustworthy, and he is lying too. All right, so let's see what the Van Dien is saying. One on one end, Amber showed off Anthony's naivety and people please intensity to Shayla, and Shayla wanted him to be her hopeless romantic rich man. On the other end, Amber was also starving Anthony sexually. Okay, so guys, was Amber doing this?
Well, if you don't give up the cookies, sometimes men will go look and try to find another cookie jar.
Mm.
Well, I would say that Amber kept going back to Wayne. That's why she couldn't escape from doing her wifely duties to Anthony. She kept
No,
going
but
back.
she didn't go back to Wayne after she got married, though.
Oh, after she got married. Yeah. And so the other part is that I don't think she was in love with Anthony in that kind of way, like sexually. So I think that's why she couldn't just do what she needs to do.
Remember
Mm-hmm.
when they were on they were when Wayne was Erica and they
Hmm.
were on that in
And
L.A.
Sarah.
and they were side by side in the room, and
Yeah.
then they heard Wayne and Erica, then she wanted to put on a show, like she was putting on a show for Wayne
Yeah.
instead of,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Yeah, so you're right there, Lee. She might have been loving Anthony, but she wasn't in love with Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think she grow to love Anthony?
Yes.
Maybe,
I
but
think she grow to love
but
him.
But you remember when the girls one night were at whose house? Shayla's house, and they said, "Do you still have feelings for Wayne?" And she said, "Yeah, you know." What I mean? She started to say she still has feelings, but she didn't expand on that either.
Mm.
You know.
She said she was playing, she was testing Shayla. That's what she was saying, that she was
Yeah.
testing Shayla.
And she even told I don't can't remember who she told at one time that Wayne was a better lover than Anthony.
Yeah. I don't remember
I
either, but
think it
I
was
remember.
Dalen that time when she was mad at
Oh
Anthony.
yeah, when she was mad at Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And that Anthony was 4 inches, I think she said.
I don't know about all
Yeah,
that.
she really
I
went. She
don't.
went low on that one.
Yeah, she did. She did. She surely did. She went really low on that one. She did. She definitely did.
Even Anthony couldn't believe it. You know.
Yeah, she really emasculating him then. That was something else. But we know that she was angry, yeah, because you know that he does pleases her. And he knows she was lying.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of anger, she said what she said. Mm, okay, so let me see here. Let's see what did we read what the goddess says Daniel can be judgmental too. She will call out people's sins and don't check her own. Yeah, she's not accountable for her action either. You're
Yeah.
so right. She blamed everybody else except of what she did. And I think that is why her sister Melissa get away from all of them. I mean, I rang Melissa to run away from them because at the end of the day, they um they
And
didn't have
Melissa
her
was a
back.
loyal person. Melissa
Yeah,
is
she
loyal to
was.
her.
She was definitely a loyal. Who thinks Melissa was a loyal person?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can put that
Melissa.
in the
Not only
chat.
was she loyal, she seemed like she got Dave out of some predicaments with women.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she knows him
was
very well.
Melissa loyal?
Yeah, Melissa was really loyal.
Mm,
She was
When it
loyal.
when it came to business and personal, she's very loyal
yeah,
to people.
it's true. I miss her in the soaps. I hope they bring her back into the skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the chat is going off like crazy. So may have to. I'm polling this was Melissa loyal, and I'm also put it into the chat too. Was Melissa loyal? So I'm polling it, and I put it there. Okay. Wait there. So Saint Michael said, every Amber fan who thinks she will ride off with Wolfman into the sunset is in for a very big, unpleasant surprise. This entanglement is cursed, like the fig tree, not fruit will bear. No fruit will bear. Thank you for that, Saint Michael. Whenever Saint Michael talks, he remind me of error. I have no idea why me think Saint Michael is error. Because that's so error speak. Anthony, Amber, Denisha, Wolfman, Dave are all willing to lie. Time will reveal all of their hidden and dark secret. Yes, definitely. All right, where is Suzette? Mm. Okay, Suzette, check your email and come up as soon as you receive your email. All right, if you're still in the chat. Sabrina says Amber is getting her lick back with her affair with Dave. All right, thank you, Sabrina. Anna Jones says, didn't he ask her, is there anyone else? Yes, he did, Anna. Ann Jones, he did. Antoinette said, Dave also got skeleton. Yes, he does. Hi there, Marian West. How are you doing? He asked there, was any other guys? Yes, he did. He did. He definitely asked, and she said no one else. Can you see we're not adding that on? Can you see whatever Amber said today? That would be it. Just asking. Okay. It's a lot to unpack. All right. So, Lee, can you answer
hmm
this one for Antoinette, please?
Can you see? Mm,
It's on the screen.
Yeah, I think Wayne cannot tell it all because he knows he did some dirt too in their relationship. I think he will use it as a comedic skill, like a comedy, but
Mm-hmm.
he will not tell it in a way that is gonna be like, okay, let me be serious. It's not gonna be
Mm-hmm.
serious. It will be in a joke for a way.
Okay.
I think what Wayne's going to do also is he's not. I don't think he'll tell the whole story either,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he knows that. it might hurt Amber, and he does care
Mm-hmm.
for Amber. He really does care for Amber.
But
But
what
I
if
don't.
Dave said in a way let Wayne think Amber tell him everything?
No, but I think Wayne will be smart enough to know. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope
He-
so.
But I don't think he's gonna. I think like Lee said it perfectly. I don't think he's gonna get to the depth of that. You might say, "Oh yeah, me and Amber, we just had da 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 da," but it wasn't nothing to
And
that.
then he would say you shouldn't worry about it. You know.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Mm.
it wasn't nothing too serious. You know.
But
Yeah, you're right.
if Dave can pick up on it, then it will be something for him to say. Wayne is not telling everything. Dave need to be
Mm.
picking up on nuggets too. He
Yeah, it's
needs to
true.
be picking.
Yeah,
Because he
that's
told Amber not to call him.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. So whatever they say over there, then he needs to listen carefully to what Wayne say.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
Wayne,
he's worrying that their relation he's gonna joke about Dave and Amber on stage.
no, but I don't think he's going to divulge that part where Amber was sleeping with him up until the wedding. I really don't think so.
Okay, thank you
I
for
really
that.
don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Marianne says, I don't think Wayne will purposely tell Dave because he care for Amber. Wayne will stress it is in the past. All right, thank you, Marianne. Well says. Can call Sharon. I can't join. Try. Okay, darling, that's all right. Okay. There is anyone else should she tell about Mike, Emery, Dylan? No, she don't need to tell nobody anything of that. The reason why we are saying what we are saying here is the fact that we know that's the part that's bothering her, and I really want her to heal, and I want her to tell her truth and just get it off her chest. Just set herself free. And if Dave is not meant to be with her, then he won't be. I just want her to heal. And I want her to stand in her power. You understand what I'm saying, chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I would love for Amber. All right, guys, I won't go any further. Thank you guys for being here with me. And please let me know what you think of this video and what you think the next step for Amber to take. And I will catch you guys in the next upload. Bye for now, everyone.
Have
All
a
right.
blessed night.
Have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you, everyone.